The Audi RS7 Sportback really is as sleek as anything you're going to find on the road. These monster sports saloon cars are so imposing, they're big, they're comfortable, you can fit the family in, and they're absolute monsters when it comes to performance. But what have Audi done differently about the RS to make it stand out ahead of the A7? Now, touches of chrome everywhere, as you can see. Mainly the mirrors are a standout feature. You'll have the big mesh grille, which you'll see as a blur. You'll see the RS7 on the back and the front, the RS7 badge there. You have a mini spoiler that pops out at the back of nowhere. That's a very nice touch. Also, you have the standard 20-inch alloy forged wheels. So how does it drive? Well, first of all, let's talk about the stats. It's got 552 brake horsepower. Now, in the newer performance models, it goes up to 597, which is mental, just shy of 600. But this particular model that we've got here is 552, which is plenty. 0 to 60, it gets the 3.9 seconds. It gets to 60 in 3.9 seconds, which is rapid, a little bit quicker than the M6, the BMW M6. It also has 516 pounds of torque. Now, it's an absolute monster when in dynamic mode, which I'll come on to. But first of all, in terms of how it handles, in comfort mode, as you can imagine, it's going to handle very, very nicely. There's a few more bumps than I would have expected. You do feel it a little bit more than I would have expected. But on the whole, with the Audi four-wheel drive Quattro system, it's a fantastic drive and it's very, very smooth. When I've been going around the lanes, I've never had to fight it, etc. It's been very, very smooth. Where this really excels, though, is on the dual carriageway and the motorways. In cruise mode is where you'll be at optimum comfort. And obviously, if you switch mode, then you've got the power. Let's go on to those three modes, which I'm able to control here via the rotary control system. It's pretty easy to use, so I'm flicking now into comfort, to auto, and then dynamic. Now, dynamic is the mode that changes this car altogether. As you can hear, it changes it from a very sort of family daily driver to a beast. And what I've sort of learned from it, it stiffens everything up. So the suspension, the transmission, it's all changed. Even the seatbelt tension adjusts when you flip it into dynamic mode. But the most important thing is that sound. It has snapped, crackled and popped all the way around our drive today, and I genuinely don't get bored of hearing it. It's something fantastic that comes through to the cabin, and the 4-cylinder V8 engine that powers this really does give off the most fantastic sound out of those exhausts hanging out the back there. In terms of competition, I'm guessing you're looking at the BMW M6, you're also looking at the E63 AMG. Now, I'd probably slap this right bang in the middle of them two. A little bit ahead of the BMW M6, but maybe not as good as the E63 AMG. The only reason being the Mercedes just have a little bit more refined interiors, and I think this is a little bit more understated. I think it's a little bit better than the M6, but what I'm saying is that it's all relative. There's going to be BMW fans and Mercedes fans and also Audi fans. I do love the inside of this, which I'll come on to in a moment, the little features on it, and it's, like I say, very, very understated. But in terms of competition, it's right up there with its competitors. It's not lagging behind, but that is special.
The RS7 interior is where it should really show off, and immediately the heated leather seats are branded with the RS7 logo, and they are really what catches the eye. They exhume luxury. The infotainment system is nice. It isn't touchscreen, sadly, in this particular model, but I expect that won't bother most people. It has everything from sat-nav to servicing checks to all the car details that you want on there, as expected with most models nowadays. There is a theme of carbon fibre throughout, and on the whole it is a really nice place to be. There's a heads-up display as well as some other little gadgets that you can play around with to your heart's content. These cars are always raising the bar with interiors, and this, for a 14 plate model, is very nice indeed.
And that's it for another video. I'm going to be very sad to leave the RS7. I always say this, I said this about the RS as well, but especially the Audi RS7. I've absolutely loved this car. If you're interested in this car or any other car for that matter, go to www.tradepricecars.com, have a look at our stock list. We'll be doing many more reviews, so keep an eye on the channel, hit subscribe, go to our Facebook page and our Instagram pages, give us a follow and keep well up to date with what we're up to. We've got the Warren Classic Car Show coming up. We've got a huge stand at that. We'll be sharing some more information about that on our site. Thank you for watching.